Despite the significant economic challenges of 2024, Transcorp PLC demonstrated exceptional resilience and delivered robust financial results across its subsidiaries. Transcorp Hotels PLC achieved 70 billion naira in revenue and a 144% growth in profit after tax, while Transcorp Power PLC reported 305.9 billion naira in revenue and a 165% increase in profit after tax, reaching 80 billion naira. These outstanding performances culminated in a consolidated group revenue of 408 billion naira, profit before tax of 136.7 billion naira, and profit after tax of 94.1 billion naira. Joining us now on the show is Dr. Owen Omogiafo, President, GCEO, Transnational Corporation, Transcorp PLC. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you on the morning show today.
Very pleased to be here. Thank you very much.
All right. I mean, the numbers are impressive, and looking at across these three companies, it is evident that you're paying shareholders dividends of over 55 billion naira. How are you able to achieve this remarkable success? Congratulations again to you and the group.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here, and also very glad to be able to share with Nigerians about what's going on with Transcorp PLC. Transcorp PLC is listed on Nigeria Stock Exchange, owned by nearly 300,000 shareholders, something people actually don't tend to realize when they think about Transcorp PLC. Question, how have we been able to achieve this? It's through long-term vision, resilience, and a very resolute strategic focus on the levers of value and understanding what it means to serve your stakeholders. As you can see from the results you've just shared, our power sector, our power business, that's even Transcorp Power really. We also have another Transcorp Power business at the Transafam in Rivers Delta State, which actually has 2 plants. It's not even reported in those in the other numbers that you've highlighted previously. So we've been able to do this to say, okay, we want to continue to focus on our purpose of improving lives and transforming Africa. And can you indeed improve lives without dealing with power? You can't. Can you improve lives? Can you put Nigeria on the map without having a strong hotel facility that people can come in and stay in? You can't. And in 2024, we remained resolute on our operational efficiency, ensuring that we're able to manage our plants effectively, despite the challenges that you see. I mean, you hear people talk about the gas issues, distribution issues, notwithstanding that we've been able to maintain sustained and have very strong, resolute results, as we've seen. Our hospitality business continues to shatter the ceilings. I don't know if you tried to get some room last year. It would have been quite interesting. But we remain focused on delivering value for all our stakeholders. Our shareholders are delighted with us. Like you said, 55 billion naira in dividend is something that we are happy to say. Because if you look at Transcorp, there's a turnaround going on. And we're very happy that for the past 10 years, we're very consistent in paying dividend. And with the Transcorp PLC now, for this year, our full dividend was 1 naira per share, which is really impressive, knowing that at the beginning of the Transcorp's history, when it was first set up, there was no dividend for several years. And under the leadership of Mr. Tony Elumelu as our group chairman, we've been consistent. And thanks to everybody as well who's been a part of the story.
All right. So it's a known fact that Nigerian power sector faces a lot of challenges. However, the group has stated its commitment to revolutionary sector. So what are the level of progress you have made thus far in all of this?
I think that's a fabulous one. So our investment in power sector started in 2013. So today we have 3 power generating companies through the privatization exercise. If we start with the Transcorp Power Ughelli, when we bought into it in 2013, it was doing about 160 megawatts. As at the close of 2024, our available capacity had risen to 625 megawatts out of an installed 972 megawatts of power in the country. Now, if you look at Transafam, we just got into Transafam 2021. At that time, it was 35 megawatts on a good day, when it was still prior to privatization. When we closed 2024, our available capacity for Transafam has risen to 305 megawatts. That is indeed progress. And working with Mr. Energies is Mr. Elumelu's oil company. They are rich in gas in that region, and they've continued to supply gas to Transafam Power and helping us to increase our output. But let's speak bigger, because it's always good to also talk about how Nigerians are getting in touch with direct value. Last year, we delighted the market by listing Transcorp PLC. We brought it to the market on the 4th of March, and it was listed at a market cap of 1.8 trillion naira. As our close of business of Friday, that company market capitalization is 2.97 trillion naira. And that also lets you know the concept of how Nigeria is as a business destination for increasing investment and getting yields and return. I ask you, you do a lot of this. How many climes can you have such increase in your investment in a period of 1 year? And talking about the challenges, indeed, there are no doubt, there are always challenges. Yeah. But you see, whatever is worth doing well. Yes. And the truth is, there's no road to success that is easy. But we do need some assistance. I talked about gas. In the Rivers element, today we have for Transcorp PLC as a group, our installed capacity is 2,000 megawatts. But available capacity today is about 1,000 of that. Why? Is it because we don't want to put in more? Is it that we don't have the wherewithal to increase that? No. But when you look at the liquidity challenges that we're facing, it will interest you to know that Transcorp Group alone is owed about 650 billion naira. Wow. Yes. By the government? Yes. Wow. We're owed about 650 billion naira from the power that we've generated. So if you look at it as an investor, right, I want to be able to do more. I want to run a sustainable business. But at the same time, I also need to be able to ensure that there's liquidity and the money is coming back so I can continue to reinvest. Because if you look at the way we are, look at our balance sheet, our retained earnings is huge. Shareholders fund, very respectable and respectful. But when we deal with these matters, it also helps. There are issues with gas, but with more liquidity. So Transcorp Group, we have an asset, OPL 281, is rich in gas, and it's in Delta State, right? You're able to develop these assets and make more gas available to Nigeria. And if you make gas available, you improve power, you improve the hydrocarbon, the fertilizers. There are so many sub-industries that rely on gas for them to be able to perform effectively. And of course, look, liquidity is king. Cash remains king, and we look for.
Absolutely. And of course, while we're talking about energy, I've also heard about, you speak about your integrated energy strategy in different forms. And I believe your energy business, Transcorp Energy, will play a huge role in this. So what level of progress have you achieved in this area, especially given that you've already outlined a number of the challenges, but also a number of great successes as well. So can you give us an insight into that?
Transcorp Energy is the future. Nigeria today has a significant quantum of self-generated power. We have about 50 gigawatts of power that self-generation, what you generate, people, what they use to run their businesses. The world is moving towards a renewable energy, or sustainable energy, as they put it. For us, we're looking at an energy sufficiency for Nigeria, energy sufficiency for Africa, trying to deal with the energy poverty that we face today across the continent. Nigeria already has an installed capacity of about 13,000 megawatts, right? About 13,000 megawatts. To bridge the gap between where we are today and what the needs are, what's actually needed, we're going to be adding renewable energy sources because we are uniquely positioned. We have huge solar capacity, wind, water, and Transcorp Energy is going to be in there driving that as well because of the goodwill that we enjoy. You find international partners, they're talking to us. They are asking us, what are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Can we come work with you? Can we come partner with you in Nigeria and the continent to see how we're bringing renewable energy solutions in here? Also looking at technology, new technology that can make power generation more efficient as well as power distribution. And was it 2 years ago now, about 2 years, we, as part of a consortium that invested in Abuja Electricity Distribution Company because we have to get the power to the last mile. And working with our Transcorp Energy, we're bringing all of these onto one umbrella where we're running that integrated energy strategy from having gas from Airs Energy, gas from OPL 281, bringing in the renewable sources, and of course, making sure that it gets right to the last mile.
Excellent.
Amazing.
Consolidation.
Amazing.
Really, really great work. So the first question I must ask you, because first of all, it's International Women's Month, and it's always great to see women doing great at the top.
Thank you.
Before you go into my next question, will be just how it's been for you as a woman at that level of leadership. And then in 2024, we saw a large gathering of accountants at Transcorp Hotel's new 5,000 capacity, event center in Abuja. How does this fit into the overall strategy for your hospitality business?
All right. Wow, you sure you have time for me? But you see, when I spoke earlier, I talked about the need to have a location, a home away from home, if you want to call it, where you can gather. And that's what the Transcorp Hilton Abuja is, our 670-room hotel facility. Our event center, 5,000 capacity, first of its kind in our country.
Where's it at? Abuja.
It's in Abuja. So once you drive through the hotel, turn right instead of going straight down to the Congress Hall. Yeah, and I believe when next you're there, you should come in to have a look. So yeah, we had ICANN have their annual conference there last year. It's exactly, it's a big development. And we're already seeing the interest that's coming in. So once upon a time, I was the CEO of the hotel. I remember when I went, I was trying to get one big conference to come to Abuja. And the challenge they had was that Abuja does not have the conference size.
In fact, let me confess.
Yes.
I said that to somebody last week.
Yes,
I said that to
week,
somebody,
yeah.
but this is just blown
This
me
is
away.
really fantastic.
Once I tell you the location where I had that, you know which forum it is.
I know.
I was in Abidjan when I had that discussion. And I said, you need to come to Nigeria. I said, you need to come to Nigeria. They're like, we need a conference. And now we have the conference center that's going to serve as a convention center. So we're able to compete. We've seen how Rwanda has transformed itself by being the go-to venue in Africa for conference, even taking over from South Africa. So Nigeria, this becomes an opportunity, and it's going to throw up a lot of opportunities for us. And now for the women. Happy International Women's Month, and yes, Rufai, it's no longer Women's Day. We've taken over the entire month. It's what's been like as a woman in leadership. It's not without its challenges. But then it's been very, very rewarding. I'm married almost 22 years now. I've got 3 children, 2 in university, 1 in primary 2.
Wow.
And I'm very involved. For those who follow me on social media, I'm a very involved mom. But you see, what I say is, as women, we're trained to lead. We're trained to multitask, right? I want to say to my women today who are listening, look, you will have those challenges, but I urge you to not lose sight of your goal. Note that there are other women working alongside you to achieve the successes. Some days you'll be down, but most times you are up. Have a support system that works for you very much. Even if you have to invest part of your salary. I did this a lot in my early days. At the time I was almost working, I used my money to pay support staff. But I needed that because children are going to grow and leave. And when they do that, what do you have for yourself? Are you going to become the mother-in-law that would begin to disturb their children? Or are you going to be somebody who is contributing? So women, we are making a difference. And we're seeing more and more the way we're taking charge. And because of the way we've been groomed from early stage to be very high on responsibility, very high on accountability. That's why you see that when women are challenged, more often than not, we succeed.
I mean, they do well. So let's look into 2025. What are Transcorp, PLC's key priorities, improvement possibility, enhanced shareholders' return? I mean, just tell me all of that, Gabby, but briefly, because we have to wrap up.
Yeah, so 2025, we're going to continue on our proven strategy and the mission we've set out. I'll keep on saying it. We're about to improve lives and transform Africa. Transforming Africa will start with Nigeria because, like the whole world says, if you solve Nigeria's problem, you've solved most of Africa's problem. Power will continue to be right at the core of what we're doing. There's going to be a whole lot of focus from us as new investors in our Abuja Disco to turn around that company and show how a distribution company should be run properly and how we get some service inside. For our power generating companies, we've already started. For this year, we have quite a number of outages planned as a means to increase the generating capacity that we already have, as well as be able to effectively generate the ones that we have. From the hospitality side, the 5,000 capacity event center, game changer, absolute game changer for that place. And we are making moves to start on the work for Transcorp Hilton Ikoyi this year. And we're also looking at how we have the land in Transcorp Hotels, but in Port Harcourt actually. And Port Harcourt actually does not have enough hotel assets, and we're looking to do that. We're also looking at other sectors within the country that can help to increase.
I mean, if I leave you, Jesus Christ. There's so much we said, but thank you so much.
Thank you.